In today's video, we are going to take a look at the Denver Nuggets and what makes them such an amazing team this year, why they're getting so many wins, and of course, how you can get wins yourself as a coach. Really quickly, if you're a coach, make sure to go check out my unbeatable basketball zone defense down in the description below. Okay, so one thing that makes the Denver Nuggets so good is, of course, Jokic down in the low post. From the low post, you're getting a different viewing angle of the court, and you can actually create a lot of shots and openings and, of course, options for your team if you can pass from the post. Here, he's able to see that these two players have their backs to that man, in which case he's got the entire baseline open to him so that he can get that pass through to his teammate, and now that's going to end up with a very easy basket. Now in this next play, coming off of the dribble handoff, Jokic starts to, of course, curl to the rim, but he stops in that high post. Again, this is going to give him options because he's not underneath the net posting up, he's posting up from the high post. And this gives a ton of different options. Here he's able to take his man towards the baseline, spin off, and he's able to get that and one hook shot. Also now with Jamal Murray back in the lineup, he's going to have a lot of explosive drives towards the basket, and the Nuggets run a similar offense to myself with my U14 team, and that is a 4-out, 1-in offense. And what they are doing here is the high post is setting a screen for this man while Jamal Murray attacks the rim. Now, what makes this so good is the fact that now, if Jamal Murray's faster than his man and he's starting to recover and, of course, get back being quicker again, that Jokic's defender, in this case Pirtle, is going to go and guard Jamal Murray and try to cut off his lane. This can open up an option, in this case for Porter, to be able to get that basket, but Jamal Murray is just too good and, of course, too fast. Now here, coming off of the screen, Pirtle hedged way too high, and we have Jokic who is rolling towards the rim. The help side defender doesn't come down to cut that drive off, and there's a few reasons behind that, because when you're a center who has a very good pass, a very good court vision, there's going to be very few players who are going to leave their guys because, of course, they don't want to get threes on them, so they would rather give up a dunk to Jokic than a three in the corner. Now this is sort of similar to a play that we run as well, but they run it without going into horns, and what we have here is Jamal Murray not taking and not using that screen. His man went just a bit too high. We have that cut to the corner over here, and we have a guy cutting towards the low block here. That basically gives Jamal Murray that whole wing to operate, and he's able to rise up for that shot. Jamal Murray is one of the reasons why the Nuggets continue to win, is because he's a fast passing guard who can score very easily. And then, of course, this is another strategy that the Nuggets use, and that is having Jokic as the point guard. Now, it works because he's a very good passing player, and he can handle the ball competently, but the reason why this is so important is because now you're drawing their center out of the key so that these cuts can happen with smaller players, and now that big center is no longer in the low post to try to block that guy from scoring. Now, if the Nuggets can fix their same issues as to, in this case, what the Spurs have, which is the help defender not sagging far enough to be able to cut off this drive, then they, of course, could win a few more games. If this guy could just take a quick check right in the middle and basically negate that ability to get that lob, then the Nuggets could actually basically stop a couple of different points coming from different angles in the game, and they could actually potentially win even more games. Now, coming off of a screen with Jokic, we have Jamal Murray attacking the basket hard. There's a reason for this, is because his man went over top of that screen, which means he needs to curl in quick to keep this guy behind him. And while that's happening, Jokic is going towards that high post because Murray is attacking hard against Pirtle. Now, the reason why this is so useful is because now Pirtle is afraid of Jokic scoring. This guy's in an okay position. He could play a bit higher, but he's not, because Pirtle's in the way, and Jamal Murray is, of course, attacking the rim hard, and he does a quick little look over to Jokic that clears Pirtle to a point where it just puts him onto his heels, and then Murray is able to score. And then by having players like Jokic out on the perimeter, you're getting rid of Pirtle out of the key yet again. And this will then allow players like Jamal Murray, as we can see here, who's a really good post-up player as a guard, who can get to the rim at that point. So there's not too many guards like Jamal Murray who can actually post their guys up. This is why you want to be positionless if you're a basketball player. You can play multiple different positions, and if you're on a team that your center is out on the three-point line and you've got a massive mismatch against your defender, you could take him to the post and be able to score very easily. An easy 2-point layup, I'll take that any day. Now they're actually using the dunker spot or the Russian spot to their advantage here, and it doesn't get used, but I really want to point this out, and that is Jokic is setting that screen for Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray comes off of that screen. His man goes over top, but Jamal Murray doesn't attack right away. What he's trying to do is he's trying to draw Pirtle up away from Jokic so that he can get that ball to Jokic. Now, this could have worked either way, but by getting the ball to Jokic, you've got a dunker in the dunker spot. This could have been an alley-oop, but this guy didn't come high enough. If this guy came higher, this would have been an automatic alley-oop to him, but because that guy was not high enough to defend Jokic's shot, Jokic goes up and scores anyways. So this is one of those plays that has so many different options. He could have taken a shot there. Of course, why take a shot from the mid-range when you can get a better low post scorer to score the ball? And then if the guy comes up too high, then you've got an easy alley-oop dunk. So there's so many different options in this play, and that's another reason why the Nuggets continue to win. They run plays that have multiple options. And this is what I mean by Jokic being able to handle the ball at a competent level. So here he's basically pushing the fast break. They're not in really too many ways about basically getting to the rim. They're 2-on-4, but he's able to attack that middle, and that collapses a lot of players to try to cut off his ability to get to that rim. He's not a super fast player, so this works for that team, but he's patient enough to be able to kick that ball out for a three that, of course, Porter takes and gets fouled and won. It was called right there. Now, anytime that you are going towards the dunker spot, which is essentially behind the backboard, anytime you're going to that position, that area with the ball, the first thing you want to do is to look out to your teammates. You want to see where everybody is, and of course, while you're looking for your teammates, you're also scanning the defense to see what they're looking at. For example, here, this man is really watching Murray. He does not want Murray to get it. His back is to the play, but his head is this way so that he can actually scan and see everything that's happening here. We then have this guy who is no longer paying attention to his man and only squarely watching Jokic and Murray, like if he's starstruck and wants to see what their next play is going to be. But that really hurts him because now his man is cutting back door because he left his attention and kept it away from his man. And Jokic, because he's such a good passer, great court vision, attacking the Russian spot or the dunker spot, and he's able to get that pass through to that teammate who is wide open for that dunk. So anytime that you drive baseline, look out, scan the court, look what defenders are doing, look what your teammates are doing, and then of course get yourself an assist. Now I just want to point this next clip out, and this is a mistake that happens a little bit with my team. We run the same 4-out offense, but basically you want to bounce past this ball into the high post in most cases. If you go and try to do a chest pass in, he's not paying attention to what's happening behind him. Players are going to be smart enough to be able to pick these passes off, and overall it's just a mistake that happens at all levels apparently, even the NBA level. So bounce that pass in, cut, he fills up. It's a very simple offense and can get you a ton of points, but that just doesn't happen if you can't get the ball to the high post. Now this is something that this is again, like being able to play positionless basketball is so useful because you can do things like this. So what we're doing is here, Jamal Murray is coming down court, Jokic sets a back screen on him and he cuts to the rim. His teammate's able to find him, he's able to get himself the ball in that post. Now his man is trailing him quite hard, and what Jamal Murray does next is he plants on 2 feet. That gives him the option for either foot as a pivot foot, and he can choose whenever he lifts up the first foot. So at this time, he does that quick shot fake, takes one dribble towards the middle, then does that quick drop and then shot fake, and then up and under through and gets that layup. Fantastic low post footwork that we can all copy ourselves. I hope that this video has helped you. The Nuggets won this game as well. They continue to win all season. I think they're 5th place in the West right now. I hope that this video has helped you. Make sure to go check out my unbeatable basketball zone defense down in the description below, and I'll see you guys again next time.